The shocking truth: 95.7% of women don't want you to know Stoicism. All right, buckle up because we're about to dive headfirst into the messy, sometimes uncomfortable, but ultimately super rewarding truth about what really makes a man attractive to women. Forget the six-pack abs and the fancy car. We're talking about something way deeper, something that taps into a primal part of the female brain. This ain't about manipulation or playing games. It's about understanding the dynamic and embodying qualities that naturally draw women in. We're going to break down 4 key elements, and I promise if you internalize these, you'll see a massive shift in how women perceive you. Get ready to ditch the pickup lines and step into your power. 1. The art of the tease, driving her wild and why it works. So, you think showering a girl with compliments and being available 24/7 is the way to win her over? Think again. Turns out, women are a little bit like cats. They love the chase, the challenge, the hint of unavailability. This isn't about being a jerk. It's about creating a dynamic where she's genuinely interested, not just being passively entertained. The video nails it. Magnetic men understand that women don't want everything handed to them on a silver platter. They crave tension, the build-up, that feeling of maybe, maybe not. Think of it like a roller coaster. The anticipation is half the fun. A man who can flirt with restraint, who makes her laugh but with a playful edge, who shows desire without being desperate. That's the guy who's got her hooked. But what does teasing actually look like? It's not about being mean or putting her down. It's about creating an emotional push and pull, a playful back and forth that keeps her guessing. As the video says, it triggers dopamine, that sweet, sweet reward chemical in the brain. It's addictive. Compliment, then playfully retract. That's a cute dress. Although I'm not sure if it beats the one you wore last week. Said with a wink, of course. Challenge her instead of validating. Oh, you think you're good at something she's good at? I'll believe it when I see it. Be unavailable. Sometimes don't be glued to your phone, responding to every text instantly. Let her wonder what you're up to. And it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Tone of voice is key. A playful smirk, a raised eyebrow, a lingering touch, these all add to the effect. As the video points out, teasing is layered. Words, touch, timing all play a part. My take: I remember one time I was on a date with this girl who was clearly used to getting a lot of attention. She was gorgeous, smart, and knew it. Most guys would have been tripping over themselves to impress her, but I decided to take a different approach. I playfully teased her about her obsession with Instagram, called her out on her slightly pretentious taste in music, and generally just didn't treat her like she was some kind of goddess. And you know what? It worked like a charm. She was intrigued. She wasn't used to a guy not falling all over himself, and it made her want to prove herself to me. The date ended up being amazing, and it all started with a little bit of playful teasing. The video correctly notes that most men fall into 2 camps: those who try too hard to impress, and those who play it too safe. The first group drowns her in attention, hoping she'll like them out of sheer exhaustion. The second group is so afraid of saying the wrong thing that they bore her to death. The sweet spot is somewhere in the middle. Be confident, be playful, and don't be afraid to challenge her a little bit. When you keep her guessing, you keep her interested. You make her laugh, you make her crave more, and that's what keeps you on her mind. Because when you tease her just right, she's not just attracted to you. She's addicted to the emotional roller coaster you create. 2. The power of walking away, owning the game. Okay, this is a tough one for some guys to swallow, but it's essential. The man who's willing to walk away is the man who holds the power. It sounds counterintuitive, right? Shouldn't you be clinging on, proving your worth, showing her how much you care? Nope. The video hits the nail on the head. Scarcity breeds value. Think about it. What's more desirable, something that's always available or something that's just out of reach? Women are wired to chase what they perceive as valuable. They don't want what's easy. They want what they have to work for. The second a man proves that he's willing to walk away, that he's not dependent on her validation, her perception of him shifts. He's no longer just another guy trying to win her over. He becomes a challenge, a mystery. He becomes someone worth pursuing. Most men make the mistake of clinging. They text back instantly. They agree to everything. They revolve their world around her. And in doing so, they inadvertently destroy their own value. They signal that they're desperate, that they need her more than she needs them. But the man who walks away, he creates a psychological reaction. She starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Does he not like me? Did I misjudge him? Suddenly, the dynamic flips. She's no longer in control. You are. Attraction isn't about needing a woman. It's about not needing her. It's about showing, through your actions, that you're perfectly fine whether she stays or not. You're not afraid to leave. You're not affected by her mood swings. You're not desperate for her approval. Here's a real-life example. I had been seeing a girl for a few weeks, and things were going pretty well. But then she started to become a bit flaky, canceling plans at the last minute and being generally less responsive. Now, my instinct was to try and fix things, to ask her what was wrong and try to win her back. But I resisted. Instead, I matched her energy. I stopped initiating contact as much, and I made sure she knew I was busy with my own life. And guess what? It worked. She started reaching out more, wanting to know what I was up to. She realized that she couldn't take me for granted. The video accurately describes why women obsess over men who don't seem to care. It's not because these guys are jerks. It's because they refuse to make her the center of their universe. They know that they are the prize. The brutal truth? If she's not afraid of losing you, she'll never truly respect you. And the second she feels like she might lose you, that's when you become irresistible. It's a paradox, but it's true. Key takeaway: don't be afraid to walk away. Have your own life, your own passions, your own friends. Be secure in yourself, and don't let your happiness depend on her. When you do that, you'll naturally become more attractive. 3. Whispering dirty without saying a word. The art of sexual tension. This isn't about cheesy pickup lines or blatant come-ons. This is about creating an atmosphere of sexual tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. It's about making her body react before your lips even move. As the video emphasizes, this is about the slow burn, the subtle cues, the unspoken desires. It's about building anticipation, leaving her wanting more, and making her crave your touch. Most guys think turning a woman on is about talking dirty. But in reality, it's about creating the feeling before the words ever leave your mouth. It's about setting the stage for intimacy, creating a connection that goes beyond just physical attraction. Here's how you do it. Eye contact. Hold her gaze just a little too long. Let her feel you watching her. Let her see that you're not in a rush. Lower your voice. A deep, controlled tone hits her differently. It forces her to lean in. It makes her listen. Pauses. Silence is powerful. A perfectly timed pause before you speak can create incredible tension. Brushing against her. A light touch on her arm. Your fingers lingering for a second too long. These subtle moments can be electric. The video perfectly captures the essence of this. Women don't want everything spelled out. They don't want a man who blurts out his desires too soon. That kills the mystery. That makes it cheap. They want to feel it before they hear it. They want the slow build-up, the anticipation. I've always found that confidence is the key to mastering this. It's not arrogance, but a quiet self-assuredness that allows you to be present and in control. This confidence radiates and makes a woman feel safe and intrigued. The difference between a man who turns a woman on effortlessly and a man who tries too hard comes down to one thing: control. The man who controls his pace wins. The man who holds back just enough wins. The man who makes her wonder, is he going to kiss me? Or is he just teasing me? Wins. Because once a woman starts wondering, she starts craving. And once she's craving, she's already halfway there. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding the power of suggestion and creating an irresistible pull. 4. Making her feel feminine. Tapping into her deepest desires. This is the real secret weapon. This is the thing that separates the boys from the men. A man who knows how to make a woman feel truly feminine, deeply and irresistibly feminine, can have her whenever he wants. It's not about looks, it's not about money. It's about how you make her feel in your presence. Women are constantly stuck in their heads, overthinking, planning, worrying about how they're perceived. But the second she's in front of a man who makes her feel desired in the rawest way possible, she stops thinking and starts feeling. As the video so eloquently states, most men try too hard to impress. They think the key to attraction is saying the right thing, looking perfect, or proving their worth. But the men who women crave understand that attraction isn't about trying. It's about presence. A man with a deep sexual presence doesn't need to say much. He doesn't need to act out. He doesn't need to perform. All he has to do is exist in a way that reminds her she's a woman. How do you do that? Intense eye contact, holding her gaze with confidence and desire. Slow, deliberate speech, speaking with confidence, no nervous energy, no over-explaining. Owning your space, moving with certainty, taking up space like you belong wherever you are. Intentional touch, a light touch on the small of her back, the brush of your fingers on hers, subtle but electric. These tiny moments, the moments that are barely noticeable but completely undeniable, are what make a woman's mind spin with thoughts she'll never admit out loud. It's about creating an atmosphere where she feels safe, desired, and utterly captivating. I remember watching an interview with Monica Bellucci, and she was asked what she found attractive in a man. She didn't mention looks or wealth. She said, "I am looking for a man who can make me feel like a woman." That stuck with me. It's not about objectification. It's about appreciation, about recognizing and celebrating her femininity. The video gets to the core of it. Most men make women feel nothing. They're too stiff, too hesitant, too afraid to express attraction in a way that makes her body react before her mind even catches up. But the man who knows how to tap into her deepest feminine energy, who makes her feel desired, safe, and completely out of control at the same time, that's the man she fantasizes about. That's the man she can't resist. That's the man who can have her whenever he wants, without ever needing to chase. Conclusion: the power within. So, there you have it. The brutal truth about attraction. It's not about superficial qualities. It's about embodying certain qualities that naturally draw women in. It's about teasing, walking away, creating sexual tension, and making her feel deeply feminine. Remember, this isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about understanding the dynamic and stepping into your own power. It's about becoming the kind of man that women are naturally drawn to, the kind of man that they can't resist. Key takeaways: tease her, create an emotional roller coaster, keep her guessing, and make her crave your attention. Be willing to walk away. Value yourself, have your own life, and don't be afraid to lose her. Build sexual tension. Use subtle cues, create anticipation, and make her body react before your words. Make her feel feminine. Appreciate her femininity. Make her feel desired, and let her embrace her sensual side. This stuff takes practice. It takes confidence, and it takes a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. But I promise you, the rewards are worth it. When you master these principles, women won't just want to be around you. They'll want to be consumed by you. Now go out there and unleash your inner magnetic man. Okay, we've covered the core principles, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How do you actually implement these things in your day-to-day interactions with women? This is where we move beyond the theory and get into the practical. Remember, consistency is key. These aren't one-time tricks. They're shifts in your mindset and behavior that will transform how women perceive you over the long term. Teasing beyond the one-liner. We talked about teasing being more than just a funny line, but let's break down some specific scenarios and how you can inject a little playful teasing into them. Her job/hobbies. Instead of just saying, "That's cool," dig a little deeper and find something to playfully tease her about. Let's say she's a lawyer. You could say, "Oh, a lawyer? So you're trained to argue about everything? I bet dinners with your family are a blast." Said with a smile, of course. Or if she's a yoga instructor, you could say, "Yoga? Huh? So you're like, super flexible? I'll have to put that to the test sometime." Wink, wink. Her style. Don't just say she looks nice. Find something specific to comment on, but with a playful twist. "Those are some interesting shoes. Are you sure you didn't borrow them from your grandma?" Or, "That's a bold color choice. I'm not sure I can pull it off, but you somehow managed to." Her personality. This is where you can really get creative. If she's a bit of a know-it-all, you can say, "Wow, you're so smart." It's almost intimidating, almost. If she's a bit clumsy, you can say, "Careful there. I don't want you tripping over your own feet and falling for me." Cheesy, I know, but it can work. The key is to be lighthearted and avoid anything that could be genuinely hurtful or offensive. Teasing should be fun and playful, not mean-spirited. Pay attention to her reactions and adjust your approach accordingly. If she seems uncomfortable, back off. Walking away. It's not just about breaking up. The concept of walking away doesn't just apply to relationships that are already established. It also applies to the initial stages of getting to know someone. Here are a few scenarios. Online dating. Don't spend hours messaging back and forth before meeting in person. Suggest a date relatively quickly, and if she's hesitant or give you a lot of excuses, move on. There are plenty of other fish in the sea. First date red flags. If she's rude to the waiter, spends the whole time talking about herself, or is constantly checking her phone, don't be afraid to cut the date short. You don't owe her anything. Politely excuse yourself and leave. The maybe response. If you ask her out and she give you a non-committal answer like, maybe, or I'll see, don't keep pushing. Say something like, okay, well, let me know if your schedule clears up. Otherwise, no worries. And then move on. Don't chase after someone who's not enthusiastic about spending time with you. Remember, walking away isn't about being a jerk. It's about valuing your time and energy and not settling for less than you deserve. It's about signaling that you have options and that you're not desperate for attention. Building sexual tension, the power of subtlety. We talked about eye contact, voice, pauses, and touch, but let's delve deeper into each of these elements. Eye contact. The key is to find the right balance. Too much eye contact can be creepy, but not enough can make you seem uninterested. Start with brief glances and then gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. When you do make eye contact, make sure it's genuine and authentic. Smile with your eyes and let her see that you're truly interested in her. Voice. Practice speaking in a lower, more controlled tone. This can be surprisingly difficult, especially if you're nervous. Record yourself speaking and listen back to identify areas for improvement. Pay attention to your pacing and avoid rambling or talking too fast. Speak with confidence and conviction. Pauses. Use pauses strategically to create suspense and anticipation. For example, if you're telling her a story, pause at a crucial moment to build the tension. Or, if you're about to compliment her, pause for a second before delivering the line. The silence will make your words even more impactful. Touch. Touch is a powerful tool, but it's also one that can easily be misused. Start with light, non-threatening touches, such as a brief touch on her arm or shoulder. Pay attention to her body language and see how she responds. If she seems receptive, you can gradually escalate the touch. A light touch on the small of her back as you guide her through a door, or a brief brush of your fingers against hers can be incredibly effective. The key is to be mindful and respectful. Never touch someone without their consent, and always be aware of your surroundings. If you're unsure, err on the side of caution. Making her feel feminine. Actions speak louder than words. This is where your actions truly matter. It's about showing her, through your behavior, that you appreciate her femininity and that you see her as a woman, not just a friend or a buddy. Here are a few examples. Be a gentleman. Hold the door open for her. Pull out her chair. Offer her your coat if she's cold. These small acts of chivalry can go a long way. Listen attentively. When she's talking, put down your phone, make eye contact, and truly listen to what she's saying. Ask follow-up questions and show that you're genuinely interested in her thoughts and feelings. Compliment her on her feminine qualities. Instead of just saying she's pretty, compliment her on her grace, her elegance, her sense of style, or her nurturing nature. Focus on the qualities that make her unique and feminine. Protect her. Make her feel safe and secure in your presence. Walk her to her car at night. Stand up for her if someone is being disrespectful, and generally make her feel like you're there to protect her. Remember, making her feel feminine isn't about being condescending or patronizing. It's about celebrating her womanhood and making her feel appreciated and valued for who she is. It's about creating an environment where she feels comfortable expressing her femininity without feeling judged or self-conscious. Beyond the basics, advanced strategies for irresistible attraction. Now that we've covered the fundamentals, let's move on to some more advanced strategies that can take your game to the next level. 1. Embrace your masculine energy. In today's world, there's a lot of confusion about what it means to be a man. Many men are afraid to embrace their masculine energy for fear of being seen as sexist or aggressive. However, women are naturally attracted to men who are confident, decisive, and assertive. This doesn't mean you have to be a macho jerk. It simply means embracing your natural masculine qualities and not being afraid to take the lead. Be confident in your decisions, be assertive in your communication, and be clear about what you want. How to cultivate masculine energy. Take responsibility. Take ownership of your life and your actions. Don't blame others for your problems, and don't make excuses for your failures. Set goals and achieve them. Having goals and working towards them shows that you're ambitious and driven. It also gives you a sense of purpose and direction. Be decisive. Don't hem and haw over every decision. Make a choice and stick with it. Women are attracted to men who know what they want. Be assertive. Express your needs and desires clearly and confidently. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and what you believe in. Be physically strong. Working out and taking care of your body not only makes you look better, but it also increases your confidence and energy levels. 2. Develop a strong sense of self. One of the most attractive qualities a man can possess is a strong sense of self. This means knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you want out of life. It means being comfortable in your own skin and not needing the validation of others. When you have a strong sense of self, you're less likely to be swayed by the opinions of others, and you're more likely to stand up for what you believe in. You're also more likely to attract women who are looking for a genuine and authentic connection. How to develop a strong sense of self. Identify your values. What's important to you in life? What do you believe in? Identifying your values will help you make decisions that are aligned with your true self. Explore your interests. What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy doing? Pursuing your interests will help you discover new things about yourself and connect with others who share your passions. Set boundaries. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your values or that drain your energy. Setting boundaries is essential for protecting your time and energy and maintaining your sense of self. Practice self-care. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. This includes eating healthy, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, and practicing mindfulness. Challenge your beliefs. Don't be afraid to question your beliefs and assumptions. This will help you grow and evolve as a person. 3. Master the art of conversation. Being able to hold a captivating conversation is a crucial skill for attracting women. It's not enough to just be good-looking or wealthy. You also need to be able to connect with women on an intellectual and emotional level. The key to a great conversation is to be genuinely interested in the other person and to ask thoughtful questions. Avoid talking about yourself too much and focus on listening and learning about her. Tips for having great conversations. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, ask open-ended questions that encourage her to elaborate. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" ask, "What do you enjoy most about your job?" Listen actively. Pay attention to what she's saying and respond thoughtfully. Show that you're engaged in the conversation by nodding, making eye contact, and asking follow-up questions. Share your own experiences. Don't be afraid to share your own experiences and stories, but be mindful not to dominate the conversation. The goal is to create a balanced exchange. Find common ground. Look for things that you have in common and use those as a springboard for further conversation. Be playful and humorous. Don't be afraid to inject humor and playfulness into your conversations. This will help you create a light and enjoyable atmosphere. 4. Develop a strong social circle. Having a strong social circle is not only good for your mental health, but also makes you more attractive to women. Women are naturally drawn to men who are well-connected and who have a lot of friends. This shows that you're a social person and that you're able to build and maintain relationships. It also gives you a sense of social proof, which is the idea that people are more likely to be attracted to you if they see that other people are already attracted to you. How to develop a strong social circle. Join clubs and organizations. Find groups that align with your interests and join them. This is a great way to meet new people who share your passions. Attend social events. Make an effort to attend social events, even if you don't know anyone there. This will give you the opportunity to meet new people and expand your social circle. Be a good friend. Be supportive, reliable, and fun to be around. Treat your friends with respect and be there for them when they need you. Organize social gatherings. Take the initiative to organize social gatherings and invite your friends and acquaintances. This will help you strengthen your existing relationships and build new ones. Be open to meeting new people. Don't be afraid to strike up conversations with strangers. You never know who you might meet. 5. Take care of your appearance. While inner qualities are important, you can't neglect your appearance. Women are naturally attracted to men who take care of themselves and who present themselves well. This doesn't mean you have to be perfectly chiseled or wear expensive clothes. It simply means paying attention to your hygiene, grooming, and clothing. Tips for taking care of your appearance. Shower regularly. This should be a no-brainer, but it's important to shower regularly and keep yourself clean. Groom yourself. Keep your hair trimmed and styled, and groom your facial hair, if you have any. Wear clean clothes. Make sure your clothes are clean, wrinkle-free, and well-fitting. Dress appropriately. Dress appropriately for the occasion. What you wear to a formal event will be different from what you wear to a casual outing. Take care of your skin. Wash your face regularly and use moisturizer to keep your skin healthy and hydrated. 6. Be confident. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can possess. Women are drawn to men who believe in themselves and who are not afraid to take risks. Confidence is not arrogance. It's a quiet self-assurance that comes from knowing your worth and being comfortable in your own skin. How to cultivate confidence. Focus on your strengths. Identify your strengths and focus on developing them. This will help you build your self-esteem and confidence. Set achievable goals. Set small, achievable goals and work towards them. This will give you a sense of accomplishment and boost your confidence. Practice positive self-talk. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Focus on your successes and remind yourself of your worth. Take care of your body. Exercising and eating healthy will make you feel better about yourself and boost your confidence. Face your fears. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and face your fears. This will help you grow as a person and build your confidence. 7. Be authentic. In a world where everyone is trying to be someone else, being authentic is a breath of fresh air. Women are drawn to men who are genuine and who are not afraid to be themselves. Authenticity means being true to your values, expressing your thoughts and feelings honestly, and not trying to be someone you're not. How to be authentic? Know yourself. Take the time to get to know yourself and what you stand for. This will help you be more authentic in your interactions with others. Express your thoughts and feelings. Don't be afraid to express your thoughts and feelings, even if they're not popular. Be honest. Be honest with yourself and with others. Honesty is the foundation of trust and strong relationships. Don't try to be someone you're not. Be yourself and let your true personality shine through. Embrace your imperfections. Nobody's perfect. Embrace your imperfections and learn to laugh at yourself. 8. Be present. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in your thoughts and worries and to forget to be present in the moment. However, being present is essential for connecting with women on a deeper level. When you're present, you're fully engaged in the conversation and you're able to listen attentively. You're also more likely to notice subtle cues and to respond appropriately. How to be present? Put down your phone. When you're with someone, put down your phone and give them your full attention. Focus on your senses. Pay attention to what you're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. This will help you ground yourself in the present moment. Practice mindfulness. Take a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness meditation. This will help you train your mind to be more present. Let go of expectations. Let go of your expectations and just be open to whatever happens. Enjoy the moment. Savor the moment and appreciate the simple things in life. 9. Be vulnerable. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but it's actually a sign of strength. Being vulnerable means being willing to share your thoughts and feelings with others, even if it's scary. Women are drawn to men who are willing to be vulnerable because it shows that they're emotionally intelligent and that they're capable of forming deep connections. How to be vulnerable? Share your fears and insecurities. Don't be afraid to share your fears and insecurities with someone you trust. Talk about your past experiences. Sharing your past experiences can help you connect with others on a deeper level. Express your emotions. Don't be afraid to express your emotions, whether they're positive or negative. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Be open to feedback. Be open to feedback from others and use it to grow as a person. 10. Be patient. Building strong relationships takes time and effort. Don't expect to become irresistible overnight. Be patient and persistent, and focus on developing yourself into the best version of yourself. The more you work on yourself, the more attractive you'll become to women. So, don't give up on yourself. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving to be the best man you can be. Final thoughts. The journey to irresistibility. The journey to becoming an irresistible man is a lifelong pursuit. It's not about finding a magic formula or mastering a set of tricks. It's about developing yourself into a well-rounded, confident, and authentic individual. The principles we've discussed in this guide are not just about attracting women. They're about becoming a better man, a better friend, a better partner, and a better human being. So, embrace the journey, be patient with yourself, and enjoy the ride. The rewards are well worth the effort. Remember, it's not about changing who you are, but enhancing what's already there.